Hi, I'm Delegate Craig Rice, and I want to thank you for taking a look at the Rice Report, our first edition of this year for the 2010 legislative session. I wanted to let you know about a number of bills that are important to me that are happening here in Annapolis, and wanted to make sure that you were always in tune to your office, my office here in Annapolis. The first bill that I'm working on is the Public-Private Partnership Bill. And what this does is allows for transparency with the Department of Transportation when it enters into a public-private partnership agreement with a private entity. Examples of this would be the Port of Baltimore. Another example would be the proposed P3 agreement that's going on that potentially could help funding for the ICC. So with these two pieces of legislation, both my bill, which is HB 271, as well as another public-private partnership transparency bill proposed by Talmadge Branch, these actually give the Legislative Assembly an opportunity to weigh in and to be informed about these public-private partnership proposals, but it also makes sure that the public is informed and that the department has public hearings before it enters into these agreements as well. I think we can all agree that transparency in any form of government and in all of our processes is very important, and we want to make sure that you are involved. Another one of the bills I'm working on deals with education, primarily with the environments that our children are taught in. A few years back we passed a bill dealing with clean air quality for portable classrooms. And one of the things that we left out because we thought that the cost was too onerous was working on the air quality in your regular classrooms. And so what we've done is we've said that while we can't go into every single classroom throughout the state and adjust air quality controls, what we can do is for any future renovations as well as for any new school construction, we need to have guidelines. And so HB 932, which is a bill sponsored by myself and also Senator Mike Lynette on the Senate side, addresses this. It makes sure that we have an environmental health plan that's established for any school that's going through a renovation or any school that's being newly constructed. And I think that that will again ensure that we have safer environments for our children, which are so important. Now, spinning off of safety in children, you'll know that a few years back in 2008, we passed the landmark bullying bill that put Maryland on the map as one of the best in the nation when it came to addressing bullying as well as cyberbullying. Unfortunately, as an oversight to that bill, we only extended the purview of HB 199 to public schools. I have a bill in this year that actually deals with making sure that we extend this bill to non-public schools, so to our private schools. A number of parents as well as students have come forth and said that they're experiencing the same challenges that we heard were being experienced in the public school system. I think this is the right thing to do. I know that there's a lot of concerns about the purview of the state when it comes to private schools. However, I think that the public safety concerns are tantamount, and we need to focus on those and making sure that we're protecting our children. Last but not least, I did want to talk about a bill that's gained a lot of notoriety as of recent, and that's our anti-gang bill. You know, we're talking about safe havens for our children. That needs to be our utmost priority, and you'll see that a lot of my bills reflect that. The bill proposed by the Speaker of the House that I'm also a co-sponsor on is very important, because what it really does is it allows for law enforcement to work together with the school system to make sure that our children that are being recruited by these gangs are protected. And let's be very clear about what this bill does. This bill allows for information sharing between the schools and the police so that if they suspect that a child is being actively recruited by a gang, we have specialists that can go in and work with that child to make sure that we turn them around and help them to understand that that's not a way of life that's going to be prosperous for them. And so I hope for your support on all of these bills, but more importantly, I want to hear from you in terms of what you think and what other ideas you might have for us in Annapolis. So please feel free to go on my website, www.riceformaryland.com, or contact my office via telephone at 301-858-3090 or you can even email me at craig.rice@house.state.md.us. As always, it's so important for me to make sure that you're aware of what I'm doing and that you stay connected to my office, your office, here in Annapolis. Thanks so much.